Right, keep still, keep still. Sierra Oscar, 171, receiving.
Go ahead.
Miss Reg here. Ambulance required on the waste ground at the back of Warby's Yard, just off Nellfield Road. There's an IC3 male injured. Looks like head injuries. Did you see what happened, mate?
No, but there was a down and out up there. Only now he's disappeared.
Mickey! Mickey! What's happened?
Hey, do you know him?
Of course I know him. It's my brother.
I was round at his place waiting for him to get back this morning. And when he didn't show, I went looking for him.
How do you know where to look?
Well, because he always takes the same route.
Well, when he's out jogging, you mean?
He wasn't jogging. He was doing his road work.
Road work?
No, he's a boxer.
I see. Pro?
Not yet.
Do you normally get anxious when Mickey's late back from his road work?
Look, it's just that we were supposed to be at the gym, and it's not like my brother to be late.
Would that be Charlie Fisher's gym?
That's right.
Well, I thought it might be.
Oh? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, nothing. It's just a well-known local gym, that's all.
Yeah, well, he won't be there for much longer. Even Charlie says Mickey's on the way up.
So, Mickey's got his admirers. What about his enemies?
Everyone likes my brother.
Well, not quite everyone, it seems.
Jim, they've sent him for X-ray. He took a bad crack on the head, and they also suspect broken fingers and a fractured wrist.
Hey! Hey, calm down.
Calm down. They went for his hands. They were out to maim him, the slags.
Which slags?
Whichever slags did it.
When can we see him?
Sister thinks it'll be a while yet.
OK, let's go down the gym and have a word.
Look, it wouldn't have been any of the boys there.
Then who was it, Henry?
Well, whoever it was, you better find them before I do, for their sakes.
I'll go and have a word.
Now, hold your horses. Now, before you go rushing in, you sure you fancy this on your own?
Why is it haunted?
It'll be full of virile young men.
Sounds like paradise. Good luck with the winos.
Come on, move that leg, move that leg. Get away from the road. Put some weight behind that leg. Now keep it up, keep up. Right.
Excuse me.
Upstairs.
Sorry?
The ladies keep fit class, it's upstairs.
Charlie Fisher, DC Morgan, Sun Hill. It's about one of your boxers. Can we talk?
Donna, can you get the cadran to pass that on to Jim Carver?
Right, sir.
Frank, here's the papers on the Rogers case.
Oh, right, go.
I think Jill Morgan should be kept up to date. Where is she?
She's out with Jim Carver, following up a GBH on a young boxer called Mickey Pearce. We've had him for juvenile offences in the past, and according to Donna, he's quite friendly with some of the local villains.
Maybe it's a falling out amongst thieves.
Yeah, but about what, I wonder?
Sorry to bring bad news.
Mick is one of the best young fighters I've worked with.
I've been told he hangs around with some dodgy characters, though. Is that true?
This isn't Henley-on-Thames. Somebody offer you a drink, you don't refuse because he's got a criminal record. It's no big deal, not round here.
Has he had a fight with anyone lately? Outside the ring, though?
The only time he uses his fist is inside the ring. Now, some young fighters get into brawls and gambling and drinking. And some, like Mickey's, got a knife for the ladies. But he's not violent, not outside the ropes.
What about the other lads out there? Any of them fallen out with him?
No.
Couldn't be jealousy or anything because of his talent.
You don't understand boxers, lady. Even if one of them had something to settle, they wouldn't ruin his hands. No fighter would do that to another.
Good morning. I'm Detective Constable Carver, Sun Hill CID. There's a young black lad got beaten up here about 8:45 this morning. I wonder if you would have seen anything.
I see everything.
What, you mean you saw this particular incident?
From start to finish.
Oh, that's terrific. Look, can you tell me exactly what you saw?
2 of them lying in wait for him.
Where?
Down there among the wrecks.
2 men. Can you describe them?
Wicked men.
Right. But physically?
One of them was a big ugly brute with a baseball bat. Other was a flashy type.
And they jumped him as he went past. And afterwards, what happened? Did they run off?
No, they got in a Batmobile.
Batmobile?
They roared off faster than the speed of light.
So, if you hear of anything that could help us, could you get in touch with Sunhill CID? Thanks, Mr. Fisher. Hi, who are you?
Shane?
Oh, yeah? Since when has Shane been spelt with an M?
Back off. I didn't nick it. I was given it.
By Mickey Pearce?
But what if it was?
It's Mickey Pearce I'm here to talk about. DC Morgan, Sunhill.
I know who you are.
I've been asking the lads in there about Mickey Pearce. Not very talkative, are they?
Is it true he's finished?
He's in a bad way. You like Mickey, then?
Of course.
Any idea who beat him up?
I don't know nothing.
That's about as much as I know.
I shouldn't even be talking to you.
Why not?
Because I shouldn't, that's all.
I thought you were a friend of Mickey's.
I am. I'd do anything for him.
Yeah, except help us get the people who beat him up.
Look, all I know is there was a geezer here asking about him.
Who?
His name is Morris Cowans.
Is he local?
Yeah, and I don't want him knowing it was me who told you.
Well, you'd pick Morris Cowans out of a crowd, sir. It's a big black fin sticking out of his back that gives him away.
What's he into?
Well, you name it. Housing scams, mucky videos. It's a good few years since he's seen the inside of his cell, but if we can get him on this one, he might open the door to his other activities.
Well, I'm more concerned that the violence doesn't escalate. Let's get a quick result on this one, can we, Jack?
Well, that's what we're going for, sir, as always.
I thought you were someone else.
Morris Cowans?
That's me.
I'm DC Carver, this is DC Morgan, Sunhill CID. Would you mind if we ask you a few questions, sir?
Sure. Come in. It's the law. Come to arrest me for impersonating a teddy bear.
It's a bit early in the day for fancy dress parties, isn't it, Mr. Cowans?
It's a fundraising do for a children's home down the road. Just trying out the costume. Would you mind unzipping me, love?
Charity work, very commendable.
It's nothing. Anyway, I like kids. They make me laugh. So what can I do for you?
I understand you know Mickey Pearce.
Mickey? Yeah. Is he in trouble?
He's in hospital.
What?
With a suspected fractured skull and badly injured hands. He was beaten up this morning.
Who by?
And that's what we hope to find out. I understand you've been looking for him.
Oh. I see what you're driving at.
I was merely asking why you were so keen to get a hold of him.
You lot never merely ask anything. I'll tell you what it was about. I was going to put some work his way.
What, boxing?
No. Plastering, that's his trade. He's always skint. I wanted to do him a favour.
Boxing? Mickey Pearce? Couldn't fight his way out of a nunnery.
And your name is?
Brian Thorne.
And you've been up against him, have you, Mr. Thorne?
No, just saying, I've seen him in the ring, and I think he's overrated.
Well, leaving Mickey's title chances aside, I don't think...
Well, that'll be the bloke from the children's home. Come for the toys, Brian. Do you mind? Poor old Mickey. Well, he won't be up to plastering my walls then.
Why were you so keen to do him a favour?
He and his brother grew up in the children's home. Being a cynical policeman, you won't believe this, but I try to help kids like Mickey.
I might be less cynical if I didn't know about your criminal record.
Oh, I said you wouldn't believe me. Sarah, come here and unzip me.
Where were you at around 8:45 this morning, Mr. Cowans?
In bed with my girlfriend. She'll tell you I was up to mischief. Another sort you mean, eh? Well, don't stand there looking gormless. Tell him.
He hasn't left the apartment this morning.
Where do you think you're going?
Get some flowers for Mickey.
Flowers? Well, he's not dead, he's only in hospital. And try not to prang my car.
She seems upset.
Well, she's a moody slut. You know what women are like.
I bet there's never a dull moment in that relationship.
Wonder how she got the shiner.
I am wondering.
That's some motor.
It's more than a motor. It's a Batmobile. Henry? Henry?
Wonder what he's doing hanging around here.
Well, whatever his motive is, I don't think I approve of it.
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar receiving.
Sierra 1 receiving.
PI in Tamar Street, near the Manchester Union Bank.
Traffic unavailable, are they? ETA 2 minutes.
Brian Thorne, previous convictions, GBH, ABH, the usual. If Cowans was behind the assault, Thorne would have been there or thereabouts.
Anything on the girlfriend?
Sarah Cox. She's provided Cowans with an alibi before. She's also ended up in the casualty ward, but wouldn't bring charges against him.
Charlie Fisher said Mickey Pearce was a ladies' man. If he was plastering for Cowans and got something going with Sarah...
And Cowans found out.
Yeah.
It's only men who are allowed to go over the side, isn't it?
I see one male with head and other injuries. Madam, stand back, please.
The ambulance
Please,
should
back.
be there in a few minutes, Steve.
Do we know who he is? According to this, his name's Brian Thorne.
Plenty of witnesses. A red Ford Capri driven by a black geezer mounted the pavement and launched Brian Thorne into orbit.
So did anyone get a number?
Yeah. Turns out the registered owner is Henry Pearce.
That's a boxer's brother, isn't it?
None other. Alan and Tosh are picking him up now.
So it was revenge. Well, Brownlow's going to love this.
According to the bloke who owns the house, Henry Pearce doesn't live here anymore.
It was the address we got from the PNC check and the one he gave Jim Carver.
Well, apparently he did a moonlight ages ago.
Where do you think you're going?
You know damn well where I'm
Telling you, you go anywhere near him, you're dead meat.
Oi! Morris Cowans!
Nothing to do with you, Mr. Smollett. It's what you call a domestic.
I'm in the middle of the road, it isn't. Are you all right, love?
Of course she's all right, never touched her.
That's not how it looked to me.
What is this, Persecute Morris Cowans week? First I'm supposed to have duffed up Mickey Pearce, now you better drive off before he does us for illegal parking.
Don't worry, I'm going.
And just remember what I said.
You going in there?
Entertaining the kiddies, Mr. Smollett. One of these days you'll realise you got me figured out all wrong.
Sierra Oscar from 330 receiving.
So, how you feeling? Well, at least your skull isn't fractured like the first thought.
I'm not worried about my head. I wasn't planning on being a scientist. I'm a boxer. I need these bastards.
You gonna tell me who did it? Look, you don't need to feel any loyalty towards Cowans just because he's done you favours in the past.
Loyalty to Cowans? After this? You've got to be joking.
It was Cowans and Thorne, wasn't it? I don't understand why you can't just say so.
I don't need the police to fight my battles.
Then who should? Your brother?
What do you mean?
Where am I likely to find him?
Why?
We need to talk to him. We've tried the address in Elcott Street and he's not there.
He had to move. What's happened?
He's had a go at Thorne. Cowans won't be best pleased.
Henry can look after himself.
Well, so can you, but you still ended up in here. Could even end up in the Guinness Book of Records. Two brothers ending up in the same ward on the same day.
All right. He's living at my place. 33 Cheetham Road.
Good morning, madam. DC Lyons, DC Woods, Sunnell Police. Does Henry Pearce live here?
Oh, not you as well. I told the other two men he's out and I don't know when he'll be back. I'm his landlady, not his mother.
What other two men?
Well, the two who were thumping on the door a short while ago.
When did you last see him, Mr. Pearce?
I haven't seen him since he went out this morning.
These two men, did they say who they were?
I asked them if I should pass on a message, but they said no, they wanted it to be a surprise.
Brian Thorne's got a broken jaw, doesn't feel like talking at the moment. He's got various other injuries, but none of them critical. He'll live.
Thanks, Joe.
Hello, Sarah. Can't tell me those flowers are for Brian Thorne.
Brian?
You don't know?
Know what?
You're here to see Mickey, aren't you?
I don't think that's any business of yours.
Can we talk?
You've obviously guessed. Never see a Mickey on the quiet. Is that an arrestable offence?
Gives offence to some people, like Maurice Cowans. I take it he found out.
I didn't walk into a door.
No. Beneath that teddy bear exterior, there's a very violent man.
Look, I don't want this conversation. I've been through the social worker stuff before and it bores me.
It's Cowans and Thorne I want to talk about.
I ought to tell you, I won't be appearing as star witness for the prosecution.
Because you're scared of what Cowans might do?
I know what he can do. I've seen him in action.
But if he's in prison?
Big if.
He's only walked free in the past because you've given him an alibi. He'll go off the edge eventually. Men like him always do.
I told you, I don't want to talk in psychology.
Violent men don't get less violent. Like alcoholics, they get progressively worse.
He's not the type you take home to Mummy, I know.
Is that his attraction?
What's it to you?
I'm just curious to know what the hell you see in him.
Don't tell me. You've always been sensible about men. Yeah, I bet you found your Mr. Right. I bet he's kind and thoughtful and as boring as a wet Tuesday.
I'm speaking more from my experience as a police officer. I get to see the dead bodies.
You smug bitch. Don't tell me how to live my life.
Cowans will end up killing somebody eventually. Probably you.
Get lost.
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar, receiving.
Sierra 1 receiving.
Disturbance, Cheetham Road.
Received, ETA 1 minute.
Sounds like those blokes have found Henry Pearce for us, Helen. Yeah. Let's get back there, eh?
Get up! Get out! Get out! Come on, break it up! Break it up!
Henry Pearce, DC Line, Sunhill Police. We'd like a few words with you.
These Morris Cowans heavies.
They've got nothing to do with Cowans.
What's this fight about then?
Yeah, well, we'll take him to the Nick and sort him out there, eh? Come on, you. Now.
So what do you mean they were private detectives?
Hadn't you heard? The council are using private dicks to track down poll tax evaders. Henry was top of their hit list.
And here we were, worried he was on Cowans' hit list.
Well, he might be.
Well, Cowans' not going to get him here, is he? And Henry's not going anywhere. For Henry's got some talking to do.
There were witnesses, and your car was found 10 minutes ago. There was a massive dent in the front wing.
I'm not saying it wasn't my car. I'm saying it wasn't me driving it.
Then who was?
We are speaking English here, aren't we? I have told you 3 times now my car was stolen. Now, the person who stole it must have been driving it.
Yeah. And the person who stole it just happened to drive into Brian Thorne, one of the men who beat up your brother. That car thief was doing you a favour, Henry.
Yes, he was. Because that scumbag Thorne had earned it. I just wish Morris Cowans had got a little bit of the same.
Yeah, and when I spoke to you at the hospital, you were promising vengeance.
Of course I was wound up. After what they did to my brother.
And then later today, we saw you hanging around Cowans' place.
Look, I admit I went there to do him, all right? But after you two see me, it was no go. I mean, you'd have put 2 and 2 together.
You'd obviously put 2 and 2 together yourself.
Look, I knew Mickey was fooling around with Sarah. I mean, that's why I got worried when he didn't show up this morning.
Where were you at 5 to 10 when Thorne was run down?
At the gym.
You've got witnesses?
Only a couple of dozen. How many do I need?
10:36, interview suspended. DC Morgan and DC Carver leave the interview room.
Of course, you could have arranged for the lads down the gym to give him an alibi.
There's no point going any further with him till we've checked it out.
What are we doing?
Well, there's private detectives in the custody area.
Well, what about them?
They're having a long moan about the trouble that Henry's caused them.
You never know, Henry might bring charges against them for assault.
No, listen, they thought they'd got a result when they spotted the car this morning, but they drew alongside and it wasn't him driving.
Oh, did they recognise who it was?
No, but it was black, moustache, aged about 50. Ring any bells?
Yeah, it does.
Steve, you cover the back way. Dave, come at us.
Hello, Charlie. I'm sure you know why we're here.
I would have come forward anyway, if Henry had been charged.
Charlie Fisher, you are under arrest for attempted murder. You are not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you do say may be given in evidence.
What is there to say? A moment of rage, that's what it was.
We can talk at Sunhill. Let's go, Charlie.
Can I help you, madam?
I doubt it. I can probably help you.
What made you change your mind?
Does it matter?
Suppose not.
The things you said, you weren't telling me anything I didn't know. When you hear someone else say it, maybe I just feel bad about Mickey. Morris hadn't twigged about me and him until I blurted it out. I said it to rile him.
Did you know what Cowans had planned for Mickey?
Not until this morning. He'd been out all night at some club. He got in just before 9.
With Brian Thorne?
And they were laughing about what they'd done. That's what disgusted me. Mickey may be tough in the ring, but really he's just a kid. Sweet kid.
Who got involved with the wrong man's girlfriend.
What happened to Mickey had nothing to do with me.
No one's saying you're involved with the assault.
I mean, it wasn't about me. It was all about Morris. I thought of other men laughing at him behind his back.
He had to beat Mickey up to save face.
Right. He's got these fantasies. He's Mr. Big, the man who helps the local orphans, the man who hands out the punishment. But he's not Mr. Big. Truth is, he's just a lowlife, and that's all he'll ever be.
I don't believe this. Hold it.
Well, I'm afraid, children, Uncle Teddy's got to go to the honey factory.
Say goodbye to Teddy.
Bye.